we trust. Yo, it's a must that you heard of us. Yo, we. A lot of people is wondering and they're curious. I mean, in my unit, do it is so mysterious. Furious, all of my people is serious. Shook others.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, and so is the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And for Cleveland, the results have been excellent for them over the first half of the season. And it has to be said, they're not showing any signs of slowing down anytime soon. Well, guys, so much of what Kevin Love can do on the floor doesn't even show up on the stat sheet. One thing you often hear people talk about is his ability to throw the outlet pass. Have you ever seen another player, well, I know I have, as good as he is on the outlet?
Well, you know, Wes Unseld is the first name to
That was the one in my brain.
The godfather of big men, Bill Russell, defined what it meant to be a good outlet passer. But you know what's funny, Ernie? I can't outlet the ball like he does, and I'm the strongest guy to ever play the game.
You're the strongest man that ever played the game.
I don't know why I can't do it.
Why can't you do it?
I don't know.
Why not?
What makes you the strongest man that ever played the game?
Because I ripped down 15 backboards.
Okay, well, that makes you the strongest man that ever played the game.
And you can't throw a pass like that.
No, not the overhead one. He has one where he does it from the chest.
Yes.
I can't do that one.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No.
Okay.
Well,
Maybe it's a weak upper body.
There it is.
Ernie, look at this chest.
I'll just say this. Wes Unseld, I agree with.
Thank you.
I'll take my shirt off right now.
Well, please don't.
Let's go to Kevin Harlan.
Tell him sit down. Be humble. 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 Sit down.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting broadcast of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. We're in the great state of Texas, the home of the Mavericks, the American Airlines Center in Dallas. And, of course, Hernan Gomez will need someone to fill his role.
And his fans, teammates, there are a lot of people that I'm sure are sad to see him go, given all that he's brought to the table. But I like what the trade does for them. I bet it helps them right off the bat, not to mention in the long term.
And before the game gets started, let's go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Rick Carlisle. David.
Guys, he told me their primary focus of the pregame discussion was defense. He said they're dealing with a very sophisticated offense, and it's going to require an outstanding effort from his players at the defensive end to come out on top. Let's see if that's the effort they get. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. Well, seasoned teams coming into this one tonight, Clark. A lot of veterans on both sides. I know you think that's important for both teams.
You know, experience, Kevin, is invaluable, and you only get that from going through the wars time and time again. So veteran players are able to bring that on a night-to-night basis, and they understand the nuances and what it takes to prepare to be ready to play. And so the little things become the big things, and veterans understand that.
And it's the Mavericks to start out. On the wing, Barnes tries from 10, and he gets it to go. Howell's got the opening field goal of the game for the Mavericks.
Howell playing with a lot of confidence because he knows he has the trust of his teammates. They've got confidence in him to take these shots.
Look at Cleveland's starting group. The two stars, LeBron and Love, making up the forward positions. Bledsoe is out there with Rose. And it's Thompson in at center. He gets it in there.
Barnes, the experienced player that he is, good at not letting the defense bother his shot.
James kicks to Love. James against Barnes. To the left wing. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Rose kicks to James. Just 5 on the clock. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Hilliard passes to Lopez. Hilliard kicks to Smith. Powell with the screen. The shot's good from Smith. Smith's got his first 2 points of the night.
And right out of the gates, they are locked and loaded. 3 straight scores early.
Outside Rose. James dishes to Love. Here's Smith. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Smith, coming off a solid outing against Indiana. Lopez sets a screen for Smith. Powell kicks to Lopez. Over Thompson, goes back up, and that one's good by Lopez.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Shot to stop the run, and he comes up with the deuce.
And just unreal decision-making from James. An unguardable player in the pick and roll. Lopez a screen, stolen by Bledsoe. And now running up the court, Bledsoe pushing it up. James against Barnes. Love with the screen on Barnes. LeBron kicks to Love. Right side Rose. For 3, Bledsoe misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. Mavericks leading by 6. Barnes with it. He's picked up by James. That's tipped. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. Bledsoe's got the ball, so he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And it's easy to respect Love. I mean, a proven champion, a dependable double-double threat, night in and night out. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And guys, that's an increase in his free throw percentage from last year. Maybe not a large one, but it is a little bit higher, so you've got to like that progress.
Now here's Lopez. He's coming off a 31-point game against Indiana.
Yeah, but he was also a force on the defensive side. 2 block shots and also altered a ton of shots.
Here is Bledsoe following the basket by Brook Lopez. Now the feed to Love. Here's LeBron. Bledsoe outside. Kicks it out to Love. Offensive rebound. Thompson passes to James. Powell with the steal. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Thompson dishes to LeBron. And that one is good. LeBron's got his second bucket of the night.
Man, you got to respect and appreciate how polished LeBron is inside. I mean, he really excels at creating opportunities for himself close to the rim.
And when you look at Dennis Smith Jr., you aren't blown away by the physicality at first, but he's incredibly gifted for a player his size. Great speed and quickness to blow by defenders.
Rose kicks to Love. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Love's got 5 points so far.
Boy, it sure is a lot of fun watching Love bury these outside shots. I mean, when he's hitting from deep, it opens up things for everybody.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Eric Bledsoe. And the Mavericks, Clark, certainly have lived up to their name. They've never been scared to break the mold.
Exactly, and you like that about them. You respect it. They were taking threes in volume before everybody else. Now as the league follows suit, they go back to the mid-range game, not content to be followers. They want to be trendsetters.
Now here's James. 29 points for him last game against Portland.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort. And Rose has shown himself capable of knocking down that 3 when he's got some daylight.
Smith the pass to Powell. Back to Smith. Powell with the screen. Barnes outside. They double him with Love. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Powell kicks to Lopez. Smith for 3. And the 3 ball is good. He's got 7.
Yeah, I like seeing Smith catch and fire. I mean, he's really good at getting in the lane off the dribble, but when he can catch and fire, that's even better.
James. And James throws it down.
Well, you know, he's not a guy that's just going to settle for pulling up. When he has an opportunity, he's going to take it strong to the hoop.
Dallas leading by 3. Hilliard kicks to Powell. Pass to Lopez. Over Thompson. Lopez with the bucket.
He is so tough to deal with inside. Lopez just too big and too skilled.
Back to James. Thompson, a screen on Barnes. Fires at the elbow. Powell pulls it in.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Now here is Smith. He has 7 to the middle. Lopez inside. He's guarded by Love. A 3 from Barnes. The Cavaliers pull it in. Fresh from a win against Portland.
You know what? It's a fine line between attacking but yet staying under control. And they did, and that's why they shot such a high percentage.
Yeah, they pushed the pace, and typically you get high-quality shots when you do that. I thought they were terrific all game, Greg.
And here are the Mavericks now, following the 3-point attempt by Kevin Love. Powell with the screen. Here's Smith. And it's sent back by Bledsoe. Wallace with it. A 35-point game for him in the win against Portland. Bledsoe kicks to Love. Back to Bledsoe. Love dishes to LeBron. Shoots it. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Dallas leading by 5. Powell with the screen. And Smith with the stop.
Yeah, I tell you, he's got a great vertical. I mean, this guy can bounce and dunk easily. Always a luxury to have a point guard who can throw it down on you when he needs to.
A different look for Dallas. Jang, he's checked in for Lopez. Nerlens Noel comes in for Dwight Powell. And Nate Walters subbed in for Darren Hilliard. Pass to Baldwin. Out to the wing. From the arc. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
The dish now to Walters. Screen by Smith. Noel passes to Barnes. Tipped away. Passes it to Baldwin. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. James kicks to Baldwin. Outside jumper. In the corner, it's James. The 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
Yeah, you know what? The waters were calm for most of the game. I mean, little resistance. Felt like they could get any look they wanted at any time.
And Jang gets it to go. And the Mavericks lead by 6.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling. Off to a very good start offensively as a result.
LeBron kicks to Baldwin. James against Barnes. And the pass to Baldwin on the wing. Shumpert sinks the triple.
And, you know, it's obvious he's a talented scorer. I mean, that's a given. A guy you can depend on to get it done in a lot of ways.
Now, here is Smith. He's got 9. Here's Smith. There's a screen by Noel. Clock is at 3. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. And our 2K leaderboard up on the screen now, giving you a look at the small forward position And the players with the most rebounds per game this year. Fourth, LeBron James.
And maybe they're not the biggest or strongest players in the front court, but that hasn't limited their ability to get in there and mix it up and come up with a lot of rebounds night in and night out.
I think you got to look at their athleticism. I mean, they make up for all the size and bulk they may give away to the post specialists, and really that's how they're able to compete in there. Athleticism gives them an edge.
Now here is Smith. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game. There's a screen by Noel. And they call an illegal screen here. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for Dallas.
And really, there's just such a lack of scoring for them from out at the top of the arc in terms of three-point range. And in today's game, you have to get scoring from the three-point range. And that area out above the free throw line extended is a real weak spot for them so far.
Mavericks leading by 3. Here's Walters. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. There's a screen by Noel. Smith outside. From 10 feet out. Again, the miss by Smith. The Cavaliers trail by 3. Here's Baldwin. 26 points for him last game against Portland. LeBron outside. It's up a 3. The shot that time not on target. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Over in the corner, Barnes. One-on-one here. Hope they get it back. Barnes against LeBron. Back to Shumpert. He dishes it to James. Second shot opportunity. Jump shot is good that time. LeBron's got 8 points.
And he's made more than his fair share of those today.
Feeds to Walters. Dishes it to Jang. There's a screen by Noel. Here's Barnes. Dallas again missing.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Baldwin can't get it to go.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Barnes kicks to Zhang. Zhang, a screen. Now Smith. He feeds it to Walters. Here's Barnes, and released it in time, but it's off the mark. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Mavericks lead by 1. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And LeBron James trying to will his Cavaliers team to a title. Teammate Kevin Love says LeBron made it clear from the start what he expected.
He sat us down maybe right before the first practice and kind of spoke about what he thought everyone should bring to the table. And, we had to hold up our end of the bargain.
When someone like LeBron talks about what you need to bring to the table, you better bring it.
No doubt about that. I think if they just keep following LeBron's advice, the sky's the limit.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
I think they play great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
Exactly. I mean, they've made their presence felt on this end. Excellent job contesting shots so far.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Smith is out there with Nate Walters. Then it's Gorgie Day. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Noel in at the 4. Here's Baldwin. Takes the 3. Sinks the three-pointer. He's got 6.
And, you know, Rick Carlisle was the 70th pick of the '84 draft by the Boston Celtics, and he's the head coach of the Mavericks now, but he also had a 5-year playing career.
Now here's Jang. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Indiana.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody involved, even as he was racking up all those points.
And a miss there on the triple. And Carlisle winning a title with the Celtics in his second season.
One of just a dozen or so people, Kevin, to win a title, both as a player and as a coach. Of course, he guided the Mavs to that championship back in 2011.
Now here's Noel. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now Smith, after Amon Shumpert missed from long range. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, Rick Carlisle is one of the most respected head coaches in the league, especially for his X's and O's. But Bucks coach Jason Kidd, who played for Carlisle, praised his disposition. He's never up and never down, Kidd said. There's no panic in it. He gives you that sense of security to go out there and make a play. Kevin?
Gotta love Coach Carlisle, D.A. An even-keel guy who places a lot of trust in his players. Here's Farrell. The Mavericks making the shot. Holmes sets a screen. Pass to Baldwin. Pass to Holmes. Lock at 6. Out left to the wing. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. The Mavericks have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Back to Barnes. To the wing right side. Alters. Drills it from outside. Now it's a 3-point Dallas lead. Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's Baldwin. And he can't bank that one in. Poked away. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And now taking a look at some numbers for Noel. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games. 6th in steals, 12th in blocks. And with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And talk about being top 10 in steals. I love his jumping the passing lanes and then stealing away your dribble. And the first one drops. And more than ever, we see great passers at the 4 and 5 positions in the NBA. Clark, who do you think are some of the better big men passing in the league right now?
Well, there are a number of guys that fall into that category. I love Marc Gasol out of Memphis. I mean, this guy has a nice touch shooting it and passing the ball. Good feel for the game. Blake Griffin, highly skilled as a passer, particularly facing the basket. Really makes it tough for the defense. Those 2 guys, Draymond Green, you have to throw into that group as well. Nice big man passer. I mean, even David West, although a role player, David can find open teammates as well as any big guy.
Here's Rose. Kicks it out to Love. Chandler with the steal. And here is Barnes. 20-point game for him in the win against Indiana.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
Now here's Rose. It's a 3-point game. A nice shot by Baldwin. Baldwin's got 8 points.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make a pay.
Lopez sets a screen for Barnes. Baseline try. Makes a big high bounce and goes in. And the Mavericks lead by 2.
Boy, the quick release of Barnes is really something to behold, Kevin. A knockdown mid-range shooter who strokes it with confidence.
The Mavericks have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Out to the right wing. Here is Hilliard. He's covered by Rose. Mavericks with the new shot clock. Here's Lopez. Off target from three-point range. Here's Love. That one misses. Chandler with the defensive effort. Dallas has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Here is Hilliard. He's coming off a 13-point game against Indiana. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
You've got to like the consistency with which they're hitting that mid-range jumper.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
No good on that.
And, the big man, Brook Lopez, because he's so skilled as a scorer, doesn't get the credit he deserves defensively. He's not the most fleet-footed, that's for sure, but inside, he uses his size well to protect the rim.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Bledsoe's checked in.
Nice-looking set shot for Lopez. He can stretch the floor just about to the three-point line.
Here's Baldwin. Releases from the wing and drills it. Baldwin's got 10 points. And the other critique of Brook Lopez at the defensive end has been his rebounding. Not, Clark, the kind of numbers you expect from a 7-footer.
But ironically, Kevin, his team rebounds better when he's on the floor, though. Both he and his brother Robin are very good at boxing out, using their body and their size, and that leaves their teammates available to chase down rebounds.
Here's Baldwin following the basket by Brook Lopez. Love against Chandler. Love kicks to Bledsoe. Jacks up a three. Again, Love missing.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
Boy, he hit his teammate in the perfect spot. Led him easily to the bucket. That's what you call a room service assist.
Here's Baldwin. After the made shot from Tyson Chandler. Passes it to Baldwin. Bledsoe kicks to Rose. The screen from Thompson. Back to Bledsoe. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Bledsoe's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Walters. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Lopez a screen. Trying his luck deep. The Cavaliers pull it in. Thompson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Back to Love. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Here's Baldwin. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. The Mavericks leading. Here's Walters. Hilliard passes to Lopez. Hilliard kicks to Walters. Chandler is screen. Walters dishes to Chandler, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Baldwin, offensive rebound, outside for Bledsoe, to the left wing. And here's Love for 3. Cleveland the rebound. Goes up again. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Love's got 7 points in the game. Here's Walters. And there's the pass to Hilliard. Lopez a screen. Hilliard kicks to Chandler. Chandler, great positioning on the putback.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Here's Baldwin. 10 points for him. Back to Bledsoe. No good on the 3. Mavericks leading by 4. Hilliard passes to Walters. He kicks it to Barnes. Gets the three-pointer to fall. He's got 7.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt.
Terrific timing on that pass, placing it in a great spot, ideal spot where his teammate could score.
The Cavaliers shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. Dallas making a switch here. Powell's checked in. And Cleveland with a change here, too. LeBron's checked in for Baldwin. And that one misses. Clark, you were a strong free throw shooter when you played. Why do some big men have such a hard time being at least serviceable at the free throw line?
Well, I'm not as big as some of the biggest guys that have the most trouble. Typically, you see guys north of 6'8", 6'9", struggling tremendously from the line in general. And because of that, I think sometimes it's the mechanics of shooting the ball, and big hands can sometimes be a hindrance to that. Oftentimes, it's a matter of how much do you work at it and how soon do you start working at it. A lot of times, big guys tend to focus on their post moves and scoring the ball close to the bucket and not as much as shooting. But you're seeing more and more big guys with sweet strokes, and I think it's a matter of, again, basic fundamentals, mechanics, and then putting in hours and hours and hours of working.
Walters, no good.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
And the dunk by Rose.
And one of the all-time high risers at the point guard position, Derrick Rose, can still throw it down.
Kicks to Barnes. 1:32 left here in the second. From 15 feet away. It's rebounded by Cleveland. And this matchup with Dallas, it's their first meeting of the season.
And it was a matchup you thought they would have cruised through, but they actually dropped the game in this series last year.
Greg, you know, it was 1-1 split from two teams on the opposite side of the standings. And, you know, as we've said many times, anything can happen when you play out of conference.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Barnes against James, and Love has it in the corner, and the 3 off target. Mavericks leading by 7. Barnes dishes to Walters. Back to Barnes. Shoots the 3. Good on the 3-point shot. Barnes has got 14 points for the game.
And getting going here in the second quarter, his second 3-pointer of the game.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's LeBron. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. There's 21 seconds left in the first half of the game. Ball's knocked loose. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. And Cleveland making a change here. .11 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Holmes, that's a screen. Back to Bledsoe. Over Barnes. Harrison Barnes getting it done for Dallas. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Harrison, an efficient first half of basketball. What's enabled the team to be so effective?
Just move the ball around. This team, they play extremely hard, so we're not going to be able to get up and down as we usually do, so it's good for us to practice our half-court game.
Yeah, that's been working too. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And hello again. We have an exhilarated home crowd joining us for our halftime report. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaq. Harrison Barnes led the way in the first half. He had 14 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. Shaq, what's your take on Dallas?
Well, they're getting higher percentage looks, good game planning. The ball is moving around. Guys aren't pulling the trigger at the first thing they see. They are definitely staying disciplined. That's a big part of what has them having the lead at the halftime.
And Kenny, what'd you see from Cleveland?
Their three-point shooters struggle to get into a rhythm. It's a mental thing. You start clanking them, and your teammates start. It's contagious. Now, percentage-wise, shooting in the low 30s, it's not horrific, but it's not great. And they have to improve their accuracy from deep in the second half, or they're going to have a hard time coming back.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Set to begin in just a few.
Back in the Margaret Hunt. Welcome you back to Dallas. The second half going here. Harrison Barnes done today.
His points per are off the charts. Borders just a great the entire half.
And it doesn't matter on the floor either.
The Cavaliers trail by 8 on the court for Cleveland. Into the tenacious Love and top there at Bud. And in at the 3 spot.
Guys, I think they're a more team.
Bledsoe back to screen on Barnes. The feed to Bledsoe. From three-point range. Dallas leading here. Back to Smith. 11 feet. The shot misses. D there for kicks to James. It's good. This time the O's has got 3 assists. Shooting with confidence. % from the field so far. Side. Powell kicks to Lopez. Drops in the lane. Lopez has got
up aggressive there. Saw the stand on him and to the basket.
Wow. Beautiful.
Yes, indeed.
And there's no question James is one of the dunkers for the who lit off his athletic.
Outside. And a lot of contact on the. He'll shoot 2 here.
Oh, they're all over the.
Clearly, I mean, didn't give him the whistle. I mean, got to play without. Well, you know, they're looking to refresh the rock with some young, kind of some youth, and Dwight Powell, an athletic, is making a case being a key movement.
And Powell with the 3-point yet at a high rate from out there.
Kevin, at this finishing most of 11 with ability. I mean, punch ease.
Bledsoe down to 5 on the shot clock. Good D by Lopez.
Yeah, just a sob on the back. They are really control inside.
Working the glass, really in the game, and them sleep.
And shoot the lever. Seen a more intimidating slash than LeBron James. A bullet train. He's so strong, so quick, and if he gets a shoulder on you, watch out.
He's off on the first. And LeBron always feels like he can get past his man. It's that next level of the D he focuses on.
And if I'm the help, I play him for the pass. I don't want to be in that poster. Maybe the most devastating finisher in league history. We're watching a legend. and LeBron James said he's chasing a ghost. He wants to be the greatest player of all time.
I tell you what, he's doing his best to contribute, but he's been out of sync, out of rhythm. Luckily, his team still is in front.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. Hey, he's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain-neutral position.
The screen from Thompson. Rose goes in. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Rose has got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, that's exactly how you want to utilize Rose at the point guard position. Run him off screens all night long.
Smith with it, now guarded by Bledsoe. Barnes against Rose, and that one's good. Barnes. He's got 16.
Boy, the size and quick release Barnes has helps him inside. I mean, he feels very comfortable shooting from here.
Here's James. Plays it up and banks it in.
And that's his style right there. That's his game. He plays it as well as anyone. And when we get to crunch time, that's when he's at his best.
Bledsoe against Smith. There's the dish to Barnes. Lopez sets a screen for Barnes. Over Thompson. And James pulls it down. James has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, I like how James takes it to the defense. Even if they're all over him, he just muscles it past them.
This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Noel's checked in for the Mavericks. Cleveland also making some changes. Baldwin, who's checked in for Love. Mon Shumpert has come in for Derrick Rose. And Farrell's subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Clark, as an analyst, do you feel you view the game drastically different from when you were in your playing days in college and the NBA?
Yeah, you know what, Kevin, I really do, because I've benefited from the different coaches we've had a chance to visit with over the years, and that's added to my perspective. And you tend to look at things differently when you're playing. I was always a student of the game, but clearly I think I've become a lot more analytical as an analyst, if that makes any sense.
Yes. Shumpert, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
He has yet to get into the flow of this game. His teammates have done their part, but they need him to pick his game up.
Baldwin kicks to Farrell. James, the pass to Baldwin. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. For the lead, knocks down the 3-ball. Shumpert's got the lead up to 2 now for the Cavs.
Tell you what, it does not matter who's shooting. The defense has got to be better at getting a hand up on long-range shooters. You've got to challenge the shot.
Smith kicks to Hilliard. Dallas again missing.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
LeBron outside. Thompson, a screen on Barnes. LeBron dishes to Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
And I'll tell you what, guys, I think that's the best part of James's game. And he's got a lot of good parts, but his vision is otherworldly.
Here's Smith. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Baldwin the pass to James, and he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too.
And defensively, guys, they've lost something since halftime. I mean, they've given up open looks. They've got to buckle down and get some stops here. Play with some urgency.
Corky Dangs checked in for Dallas. Walters comes in for Harrison Barnes.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Can't blame him. I mean, the effort hasn't been there, just has not been there. Hopefully, he can get the fire lit.
We see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for Love.
What a display we've seen from them so far. Every half open look they've gotten, they've knocked down and showed no signs of letting up. Right now, they are in the driver's seat. As long as they can keep their rhythm on offense, they'll just steamroll this team the rest of the way.
And Walters kicks to Smith. Zhang a screen, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen. And now let's highlight the highest scoring teams in the NBA. The Cavaliers, number 1.
I mean, it's an exciting brand of basketball that they're playing. They've got such deadly weapons. Teams have had a heck of a time trying to slow them down.
Here's LeBron, and LeBron throws it down hard.
And LeBron is a force rolling to the rim. When he's diving inside, he's looking for the punch.
Mavericks trail by 9. Now here is Smith. 9 points in the game so far. Smith with a screen on LeBron. Noel dishes to Walters. And that time, also a missed shot.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those days. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. Sometimes it's just not working for you.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
Over to the wing, shoots a 3, and it's LeBron James with the rebound.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones. Really starting to attack on the interior here, showing a much more physical presence here in the second half.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Cavaliers.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And also, I think it's really led to the rhythm and confidence you've seen from long range tonight throughout the entire game.
Smith outside to the wing on the left. Zhang with a screen on LeBron. Offensive rebound.
I think it's going to be tough for them to trim this deficit if he keeps missing those kinds of shots, Kevin. I mean, they need his points.
Out to the right wing for 3. Can't hit that one. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
No one near Smith as he lets it go. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Smith's got 11 points.
You got to D up Smith now. He's a dead-eye shooter, and he's always going to pull the trigger.
LeBron kicks to Holmes, and stolen by Noel. On the wing, Chandler. James covering. Smith the pass to Zhang. Here's Hilliard. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. 5 to shoot. Over Shumpert. Hilliard, no good.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Yeah, you know what? I think eventually he will find his rhythm because he is off right now, but all it takes is one hoop, and you're back in rhythm. He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Mavericks trail by 14. Dallas calls timeout. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down. A chance here to take a look at where the Mavericks rank in the NBA currently.
And you look at it, they've been running that fast break to perfection. Great quickness and stamina, and the determination really to attack and look for easy buckets in transition.
Hilliard kicks to Smith, and the 3-ball is good. Smith's got 5 points in the quarter.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Here's James, and the dunk by LeBron.
LeBron James throwing it down is a thing of beauty, an incredible athlete who makes dunking look as easy as it can look.
Dallas shooting 43% for the game. Here's Hilliard. And Noel kicks to Smith. Zhang a screen. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Let's take a look at the numbers for Zhang. How last month turned out for him averaging about 7 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
And he knocks down the first one.
Got to appreciate Dennis Smith now. I mean, this guy is terrific at scoring from everywhere. Very athletic and explosive.
Mavericks making a switch here. Powell's checked in. The Cavaliers leading by 12. Holmes, that's a screen. Here's Baldwin. He's covered by Noel. Cleveland moving it around. Buries it from three-point range. Baldwin's got 18 points in the game.
Yeah, you can see they're waking up after what was a sluggish first half for them offensively. They've been much more accurate from the field since halftime.
2 minutes. Smith with it. He's got 15. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Smith's got 8 points in the quarter.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool to watch this guy be in this kind of a zone. Dennis Smith, amazing at getting to his spots and capitalizing.
Shumpert, no good.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
And Nerlens Noel out of Kentucky, slender and mobile and long. Greg, he can cover ground in a hurry.
Boy, and you can see it in his rate of steals to go along with the blocks. That quickness is a huge asset in today's game. It's all about versatility, both offensively and defensively.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Kevin Love comes in for LeBron. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for Shumpert. A nice shot by Baldwin.
And offensively, they seem to have turned a corner.
Yeah, I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but a much better half since they changed hoops. They're really looking strong here.
13 feet away. And it's good off the back rim and in. And that's 19 points for Smith.
No matter what the score is, his attitude has been perfect. I love his disposition. He has stayed in attack mode.
Here's Baldwin. Guarded by Powell. Baldwin kicks to Love. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. 9 points in the game so far.
So impressive how quick Love gets his shot off, Kevin. I mean, even when the defense is on him, he knows how to use his size to his advantage.
Noel dishes to Powell. There's a screen by Noel. Off the screen. The shot by Powell, no good. Cleveland leading by 12. Left side, Love. Feeds it to Bledsoe. Pass to Holmes. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Noel's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Hilliard. The rebound by Kevin Love. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Trailing to start the quarter, they battled hard and pulled off a tremendous comeback. Now enjoying the lead. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his guys.
Keep playing. Keep playing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. A lot of game left. Come on, hang in there, guys. Hang in there.
And some encouraging words from Coach Rick Carlisle, pleading with his guys to stay strong.
Yeah, he wants to keep them from getting into their heads. I mean, trust the system, play with confidence, and let everything evolve from there.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. They've got Powell. Also Harrison Barnes out there. Zhang is out there with Smith. And it's Hilliard in at the 2. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. And so here's Cleveland. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. It's a pick by Love. There's the triple. And he's good on the 3 ball. And the Cavaliers lead by 15.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc this half.
Now Barnes. Just 5 to shoot. A baseline J. Good as the jump shot falls.
Decision-making of Barnes is really solid. Knows he has the green light to fire as soon as he catches the pass, and that's what he does.
Love with the screen on Barnes. In the corner, Holmes with it. And another 3 for Cleveland.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Chang a screen. Smith the pass to Barnes. And stolen by Love. Here's Baldwin. And there's another one for the Cavaliers.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Smith outside. Passes it to Hilliard. Screen by Smith. Hilliard kicks to Powell. 4 on the clock. Goes up at the stripe. And that one hits back iron. The Cavaliers leading by 18. Dishes to Bledsoe. The pass to Baldwin. Cleveland moving it around. Love. And easy 2 points on the layup.
Boy, Love is really good at getting inside the paint, establishing position, has an excellent feel for how to score around the basket.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. And they get it. And the layup good by Smith. Smith's got 12 points here in the second half.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
That's his second personal foul. At the line for the Cavaliers, Baldwin. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Lopez, he's checked in for Gorgie Dang. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Rose is checked in. He hits both from the stripe. And Clark, when you played the NBA with still mostly American players, now the game is truly global with players from all over the world. How do you think that has changed the NBA?
Well, I think it's enhanced the NBA's product on the floor because, again, you're getting the best players in the world that are competing in the NBA with the international influx. I think it's added to the global popularity of the league without question. The NBA is clear in that we're going far and wide across the globe to find the best players to play in the best league in the world, and I think that's healthy and good.
Holmes, that's a screen. Oh!
My goodness.
And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Wow, we are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special.
A circus dunk for you right there, guys.
Smith against Bledsoe. Here's the floater. It's deflected. Rose kicks to Baldwin. Over Barnes. In the corner, Holmes with it. Three-pointer. Baldwin can't get it to go. Mavericks have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Inside, the kick out to Barnes. Drills the three-pointer. Barnes has got 21.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Bledsoe right side. Pass to Holmes. Here's Baldwin. Covered by Barnes. Baldwin the pass to Love. Bledsoe outside. Clock at 4. Baldwin kicks to Rose. No good from the wing. Mavericks trailed by 19. Smith with it. Eric Bledsoe covering. And here's Smith. Barnes outside. Hilliard kicks to Smith. Here's Powell. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And Powell, with that long body of his, does a nice job going at the defense and forcing them to foul.
That free throw, no good. And Dwight Powell played all 4 seasons at Stanford for the Cardinal. Still filling out his frame.
He is, and you know, the knock on Powell was that he wasn't tough enough to battle inside at this level. But guy is a worker, basically sleeping in the gym, and with his length and athleticism, he's starting to figure it out.
Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Barnes outside. Here's Hilliard. He's covered by Rose. There's the screen. Lopez dishes to Barnes. Back to Lopez. Great D that time from Love.
Not a good pick there. If I'm shooting the ball and I'm looking at him, I'm asking, where is the effort? You've got to do a better job of screening.
On the wing, Barnes. Covered by LeBron. Now here is Smith. Lopez passes to Hilliard. No good on the triple.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Here's Love. It's rebounded by Dallas. Here's Smith. And James pulls it down. LeBron's got rebound number 8 now on the night. With the versatility of modern players and the switching that goes on in defensive schemes, Clark, are traditional NBA positions meaning less and less in the game now?
I think we're finding that more teams are playing close to positionless basketball in many ways. So positions aren't nearly as important as skill sets with your 5 players on the floor. I think that's what you look at when you field your team.
Bledsoe kicks to James. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Hits the three-point bomb. 16 points for Kevin Love. Dallas has gotten off 4 three-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Lopez, a screen on Bledsoe. Smith kicks to Barnes. Powell with the screen. The feed now to Lopez. Over Thompson. Lopez, no luck. The Cavaliers leading by 22. Back to Rose. He's looking for James and finds him. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Here's Hilliard. To the paint. Here's Lopez. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
To the paint. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Mark, when you played, you were the classic power forward. Forwards now are asked to do so much in terms of skill set on the floor. Just how much has that forward position changed in the last few decades?
You know, in some ways, Kevin, it's become a little more specialized. I mean, you have wing players now that fall into that small forward category. But guys between 6'6" and 6'10" now are playing on the wing, which means you've got to be able to move your feet and defend. Versatile players at that position. You've got to be able to handle the ball and make plays ideally, get shots, score the ball, and rebound effectively. So that's always been, I thought, the 2 and 3 positions, which are wings now. Those positions are the most demanding in the league in terms of both sides of the ball. The power forward position has become somewhat like that now because of the size and versatility and skill set of so many of those bigger players. But I think the demands are pretty much the same. The one thing that changed is the fact that you have to play out on the floor more and in space, which means you've got to be a little more athletic if you're going to be part of a small ball lineup.
Here's LeBron. Got that one up quick. James has got 32 points in the game.
He is in the zone. There's a reason he keeps getting the ball. They're feeding him because they trust him to lead their team.
And Walters kicks to Robinson. Teardrop shot, and Thompson sends it back.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Rose, good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Yes. James has got 6 assists here tonight.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle and at their offensive end.
Harper, he's checked in for Derrick Rose. Here's Walters. Chandler a screen, and Walters kicks to Robinson. He dishes it to Walters. He feeds it to Chandler. 6 to shoot. Shot to end this cold run, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
LeBron dishes to Harper. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. That one is on Arthur.
And they've just been so comfortable at both ends of the floor. I mean, you'd almost think they're playing at home.
Yeah, and the confidence really at a high level. Very impressive. They feel like this game is theirs, dominating right now.
And that one falls for Harper. And Clark, we saw this a bit last season. When a team is up and it's garbage time, are there unwritten rules as far as shooting or scoring go?
Yeah, I think you always want to play within the spirit of the game, the spirit of the rules, the respect of the game, and the respect of your opponent. So to me, that should be, you try to always do what's right and just and fair at all times. And late game situations create an environment where you want to always take the high road and play the game with a honoring attitude towards your opponents and the game.
Here's Walters. He kicks it to Chandler. Good D by Thompson.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Cavaliers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for LeBron.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long. Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul called on the Dallas Mavericks.
At the line for the Cavaliers, LeBron James.
And he makes the first. And so he hits both. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Walters. Not going to go that time. Good D by Thompson. Harper kicks to James. And he elevates for the slam dunk. Tyson Chandler did not like that. Wow.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And, you know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams know how to close it out.
Connaughton passes to Arthur. Here's Walters. That shot off the mark. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. to come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Derek, congrats on the win tonight. What do you think was the ultimate factor?
Just playing defense. Our defense turned into offense, and it worked out for us tonight. We definitely don't want to be in that situation, but we just fall away back into the game.
Yeah, you hung in there and were able to come back and overcome the deficit. Thanks, Derek. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time